Hey there, friends and enemies, Jopa here again, and we are back for Suicide Squad Insider Episode 2, Part 2, where we are getting a bit of story spoilers. I didn't want to post this in Part 1 because I want to give people a chance to check out these spoilers or not if they don't want to. But yeah, I'm really excited about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. If you missed Part 1, I'll link it in the description down below. The game looks like it's going to be an absolute blast to play. It looks so much fun. A lot of DC characters that you're familiar with making an appearance, and a level of customization for your characters that I was not expecting at all, and I can't wait to dive in and make builds and everything. Anyway, let's see what the spoilers have for us here.
At this point in the game, the squad has discovered evidence that Poison Ivy may be alive.
Ooh, I was not ready for that.
Poison Ivy? Dead Poison Ivy after Scarecrow gave Gotham a crop duster.
Yeah, exactly.
Those who paid close attention in Arkham Knight, they will remember that when Poison Ivy died, she left behind a little sprout.
I got a real strong hunch she ain't pushing up daisies no more.
And in this game, you discover that that sproutling has been cared for by some people who may have had their own motivations for doing so. But in the chaos of Metropolis, she's escaped.
Find her. Bring her to me for questioning.
This is a classic superhero maneuver. Bringing someone back to the dead from the dead in this way.
This tracker will lead you to her. Unless y'all want to end up a poorly plated spring mix, you better put me in charge and let me talk to Ives first.
So in playing solo, players can switch between any of the characters. You'll get to experience all the different
Oh, I like that. You could just freely swap.
And here we go!
So here she is. Thought she'd be taller.
Are you serious right now? Poison Ivy is a redhead. This is a plant. You might be the dumbest.
Deadshot and Boomerang are going to be crazy in this game. The back and forth. Oh, that's kind of sick. Seymour.
There's my girl.
It's a kid.
She is not made of meat. Is this what you call a vegetarian option?
Ah, King Shark, my main for a reason.
My pheromones remember you. Strange emotions.
Tell me about it. Wasn't expecting you to come in fun size. You really don't know me? Harley and Ivy forever?
Oh, this is probably going to play a big part in the story with Harley and Ivy, I would imagine.
Nope.
Oh, that's tough.
Jeez. LexCorp really did a number on you, huh, Red? He dressed you up in that outfit, too?
No. I took it. When I broke out.
I like how sassy she
Shut
is.
me in a room in his tower. If I worked on the things he wanted, I got a whole hour of sunlight every day.
What did he want?
Weapons.
It'll be fascinating. I just wanted to say about how Lex Luthor will play into this storyline, because it doesn't, they haven't really hinted at it, but obviously with him being the money behind LexCorp and also primary arch rival of Superman, you would imagine that he would make an appearance, and I'd be really curious to see how that plays out over the long haul.
Making them more effective against the alien invasion.
Also, if he becomes playable at some point.
Susceptible to plant toxins, and I know all about plant toxins.
We know. That's why they call you Poison Ivy.
He's allergic.
Ivy, weirdo.
Where's Lex now?
I don't know. Something spooked him, I guess. He got in his big robot suit and stomped off.
Imagine if we get to play eventually as Lex in a robot suit. The customization you could do with that would be awesome. You could give him all kinds of weird weaponry and movement and all that stuff. It would kind of make sense to include him as a playable character because of that, but not because he's never been or never would be a Suicide Squad member. So that doesn't really check out completely. But who knows? We'll see. I just think a robot suit character could be really interesting in this.
Ooh, I know that look. Who you murdering?
The corrupted things that are coming. All of them. They're poisoning the earth with their gross bodies. So I lured them here.
The wrath of nature. I like it.
I like it too.
This is my friend Daphne. We'll make all the aliens choke to death on spores. You make sure Daphne doesn't die, or you're next.
Oh, that's kind of messed up.
Be advised, Lex is AWOL in a power suit, and Ivy's an eco-terrorist middle schooler. Dead shot out.
How'd we end up hugging a giant plant? Well, I have allergies. Anyone care? Ah!
Here's a brief look at the mission that follows your first encounter with Ivy. You'll see a variety of custom builds and loadouts that draw on the power of DC villains.
Sick.
Ivy's plans need protection. Split up your squad to attack from different directions.
Our asses won't get kicked just standing here. Now go defend!
Combat in this game...
I think I'll play this co-op for the most part.
Traversal, gunplay, and melee. Someone like Deadshot can take a vantage point. Can provide cover fire. You can find wild ways to upgrade your melee attacks. With the Great Suspender, a single boomerang can launch several enemies off the ground.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
Job worth doing right.
Harley's gun is from the Bane's Rage set. Landing a critical hit spawns a power-up that can infuse other weapons like...
Oh, okay. I like that a lot.
Making them more powerful.
Get the invaders off Daphne! Quickly! Those aliens pollute everything!
King Shark's loadout here includes Black Mask's Bulletstorm and the Heatwave's Molten Shield to synergize.
That's sick. Oh, I can't wait to use that. I like the dual cleavers.
Making this a perfect opportunity to get in close.
Savor it.
Oh, that looks like a fun build for sure.
This mission is where we introduce afflictions, elemental attacks from Ivy's plans that draw on the powers of different DC villains. Use an affliction to freeze your enemies before you deliver an explosive finale.
Okay, that's fire. The variety and gameplay options that you have in this game, where you can kind of include other DC villains who aren't necessarily playable, I think is really cool. It does add a new element to the game insofar as that, like, you don't have to just play as just a sniper character with Deadshot. You can really upgrade that and have him deal for like cold damage with that special ability or whatever, the kind of co-attack from Killer Frost or whatever DC character that's from, whether it's Mr. Freeze or they didn't really mention, but Captain Cold. There's a lot of Frost-based characters. I just think that having those options is very, very cool because you can probably customize, especially once you get to the end game. I would imagine you'll have lots of different options for that.
Have you secured Ivy?
Yeah, kind of a funny story.
Although she doesn't remember her old life, Ivy is still a deadly expert with toxins, and she can offer your builds an interesting new feature.
Oh, I like that.
The results are so neat.
When you manage to recruit her, she comes back to the Hall of Justice as kind of like a loose cannon, precocious toddler who also has terrifying genetic engineering powers.
I like that a lot.
Of afflictions. Players can apply these afflictions to their melee weapons, their grenades.
Okay, that's how it works. Okay.
Different things for the encounter.
That's going to be sick.
And each affliction ties back to a DC character.
So we have 4 afflictions. Diablo Blaze sets people on fire, burns them over time. But you can't shield harvest them. We have Deep Freeze, freezes people. You can shatter them with your guns, but they are pretty resistant to melee damage. They won't drop ammo when they die.
At any point, you can have up to 2 different elemental afflictions, then add in the 3 other players. So what you've got there is lots of different ways to engage with enemies.
Ah, yeah, that's sick.
Your fight is far from over.
So at Rocksteady, what we sort of pride ourselves on is investigating how players play. Do they get the language that we're trying to create? We had
You don't know Jar Venus.
to get a group of
He's great.
gamers from the community involved in the development process pretty early.
Some of the characters, the missions
Hey, Rex.
during the story, I'd definitely say this has got a Rocksteady stamp on it.
The experience of Suicide Squad KTJL League is really fluid, really smooth, it feels really polished. It's chaos, but in a good way.
I'll probably link his channel in the description as well. Jarvinus is somebody who has I've interacted with quite a bit from Destiny specifically. Great person, great channel. Definitely go check it out.
It's very fast and very momentum based, and I think there's a lot of verticality to it.
No other game that makes you feel
Triple G is another
free and powerful.
You also have this deep building of your character with a more superhero twist. For example, I kind of gravitated towards Dead Shark because I'm a big fan of shooting guns and big crit builds. You can use the juggling mechanic to get 100% crit chance, and then from there, do big damage.
The
That's
knowledge
sick.
that we gained, seeing players explore the mechanics, gave us like a little taste of what it's going to be like when we got like a bigger community to share the game with.
Now listen,
That's awesome.
how about a team up?
For the studio made the Arkham series, we were very much focused on single character, single perspective. And with this game, we saw that opportunity to get the community more involved.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
It's about expanding and enhancing into something new and different. And we wanted this experience to be shared with more than just one person.
I can't wait for a co-op.
In the game is when you're playing with friends and each character can tackle the problems that you're facing together differently.
You are learning how to overcome challenges together.
All these characters are geared up to be able to complement each other.
Because each of them is moving differently, sometimes another character might come in from a direction you don't expect. You can create unintentional cinematic moments with your friend.
Oh, that's sick. I love that.
When you really are in sync with your squad, it's such a special feeling, and I think something I haven't experienced.
So co-op is something that I am most excited about with this game. I like to play through these with other people. The fact that there is cross-play, cross-progression, game chat. There's also the opportunity to select missions, essentially. So you're not... One of the downsides to certain games is that if you join, like, I think Arkham Knights was like this, where you join a team, a teammate, a friend, whoever, and it counts as progress towards their game, and you level up your character, but it doesn't count the story progress of your own game. I always dislike that. I'm assuming you'll have to be on the same mission, but I hope that's not the case in this game, and I don't think it is. It looks like you could just drop in, drop out to the different missions if at all possible. So I just hope that your progression carries over for yourself. That's a big key to this game for sure.
In any other game.
Multiplayer is new for the studio, but it's super exciting because we get to see Rocksteady hallmarks of a story-driven game, but from multiple perspectives. And
yeah, I like that a lot.
Friends is pretty unique.
We hope you enjoyed episode 2 of Suicide Squad Insider.
I definitely did.
I need a smoke.
I need more therapy.
In our next episode, we'll take a look at what you can expect from our game after launch.
Oh, that's going to be sick.
Experience that Rocksteady has ever created with more hours of cinematic cutscenes than ever before. But I think we leave the setting of our story open enough that for post-launch content, players will be excited to come back and find out what we're doing.
Oh, I'm super stoked about that.
Want to talk about it?
Know what, Quinn? I do.
I don't think players are ready for new playable characters. They're going to
There it is.
Even the places they're going to get to take them.
This game
We are
is
getting
much
new
bigger
playable
than
characters.
The world of the Suicide Squad. Rocksteady will continue to build on the story.
We're delivering you a full game, but for those that want to go further, we're going to have lots of new updates that are free to our players.
Sick.
We really want to engage with our community to give them new experiences regularly.
At the end of the game, everyone goes, wow, this was a hell of a ride. Let's play again.
Yeah. Wait a minute. The classic outfits are fire. What? Okay, yeah, I'm in on those classic outfits. Anyway, yeah, so this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. The post-launch stuff is going to be very fascinating to see how that all works. I can't wait. I'm definitely going to check it out. But yeah, Poison Ivy's back. Lots of different ways to play the game. Lots of customization options. And I like that. I feel like this game is going to be an absolute banger. I know a lot of people are still skeptical, and I don't blame them. But for me, Rocksteady has rarely missed with games. I think even though this is a new experience with them doing multiplayer live service, I still think this is going to be an absolute blast to play. And I know personally, whether this is a massive game or not, I'm going to have a lot of fun, and that's all that matters to me. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously. Definitely check out part 1 if you missed it of this episode, Suicide Squad Insider. But have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.